Hey everyone, Notorious here. Welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of my Canopy anchor series, and today we're going to be covering complex anchors. So sit tight, stay tuned, and enjoy. So you've got your tying point isolated, and you've pulled your rope over the limb. What next? Well, if you want to use an anchor that is going to allow you to pull out a lot more redirects than the options shown in my basic portion of this series, then you're going to want to consider this one. All you're going to need is a DMM Pinto Pulley, and this is the only pulley I would ever use on a Canopy anchor, and that's because it's rated for 50 kilonewtons. So it can take serious abuse, and then all you need is a carabiner. So what you're going to do is you're going to tie an alpine butterfly on the standing end, and then once you've done that, just take your Pinto pulley, put it onto the climb side, then stick the side plates on either side of the loop, then take your carabiner, and stick it through like that. So there you have it. That is a quick and easy retrievable option that, because of the pulley, when you go to pull out, redirects, this pulley is going to make it much easier than if you were using a ring, a soft 8, notch quickie, any of those other things, and certainly much easier than a running alpine butterfly or running bowline. This is a great option. I should mention that when you do pull this up to the limb, it's a good idea to set it so that the spine is like that. Okay, that is going to ensure that forces go where they're supposed to go, and that nothing gets cross-loaded or anything weird happens. So just a good safety tip. If you forget it though, you'll be fine. You'll live. But it also helps the system run a little smoother. More smoothly, in my opinion. I'm not sure why. I think it loosens up the hold on this loop here a little bit, adding more space between the strands as they go past each other. So, all right, let's look at what's next. This next one is called the Texas Tug. Silly name, serious tool. What you're going to do is first tie one alpine butterfly up at the top, and this one you're going to want to make a little longer than maybe usual, but just make sure it's not too long, but you want to make sure it gets around the limb nice and snug. And then you're going to take the working end, pass it through that alpine butterfly. Next, you're going to tie a second alpine butterfly below the first one. And this one can be a little smaller than, you don't want it to be bigger, but it can be smaller than the first one. And then you're going to take our new friend, the Pinto pulley, and put that right here, and again connect it like I showed you in the previous method. And then now, the benefit of this is when it goes up into the canopy, it's gonna take all the forces off of your pulley. All right, so it's gonna go around like that, and your pulley is going to be free from harm and strain. And it is also very easy to pull out redirects because of that pulley. So this is a great option. It's one of my favorites. So check that one out. Let's see what's next. The next option is to use a adjustable friction saver. Once you've adjusted the prusik to where you want it to be, it's always a good idea to tie a quick stopper knot to ensure that it's not going to come undone or move on you. So this is going to be installed from the ground using a throw line and a throw weight. If you don't know how to do that, I'll link a video in the description showing you how you can do that. So for now, I'm just going to throw it over the limb. Oops. And what you're going to do is you're going to use your throw line to pull your rope through the device, first through the small ring, then through the big ring. And finally, you're just going to use a knot block system where you take the standing end and you tie an alpine butterfly. Be sure to always use a carabiner to lock off the eye of the knot. Then you can pull it up and you can climb on this strand here. This is a little bit of a pain to install, but for those who love friction savers, it makes it really easy and smooth to pull that line out when you're done. All right, on to the next one. This final system is installed the same way as the friction saver, and you will use a throw line to eventually pull your rope through a pinto pulley attached to this is a Dyneema sling, and it is 120 centimeters, and you'll use a locking carabiner to connect it to one end, and then on the other end you can either use a regular carabiner or something with a pulley on it. Not an actual pulley connected to a carabiner, but a carabiner that has a pulley on it, like the Roll Clip Z by Petzl or the DMM revolver rig or DMM revolver. And so you're going to eventually use your throw line to get your rope through these two components, and then you're going to take this end, tie an alpine butterfly in it, then you're going to take one last carabiner and lock it onto the eye there, capture that eye, then pull that up and knot block it and climb on this leg of the line here. And then when it's time to retrieve it, all you do is you pull it out. This is probably the smoothest running system that you can choose from. I love this, especially if you use the pulley beaner, like the revolver rig or the Roll Clip Z. It's just like buttery smooth. I highly recommend this one for people who are going to be doing a lot of redirects. Well, this has been part 2 of my Canopy Anchor series, all about complex anchors. If you haven't already, check out the first episode about basic anchors. And thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate your viewership. And check out my channel for more hitch how-tos, knot tutorials, and climbing videos. Bye.